Hey guys, end of another week. We're going to do something different. We're going to do a walking tour of the weekly wrap here today. Time to wrap up. All right, let's start global first. Uber's had a pretty tough week this week, and at the same time, Snap's gone IPO as at this point in time, $28 billion market cap. All right, closer to home, Host Plus Superannuation here in Australia dumped another $85 million into the venture capital community. This time it was into Artesian Capital. Previously, they've dumped money into Blackbird, SquarePeg, Brandon Capital, and Carnegie's fund. They're going along in venture. More of a funds of funds. They put money into companies like Blue Chili, who then go off and invest in early stage tech. So they're a seed fund of funds. Talking of early stage and seed investing and seed businesses of the early stage, Pollenizer, one of the pioneer incubators turned consultancy, decided to call it quits this week. Both Phil and Mick, the co-founders of Pollenizer, together with the investors that backed them, did fantastic things for the Australian ecosystem, bringing it front and centre and educating the industry. They built a whole lot of businesses along the way, sold a few businesses and learnt a shitload along the way. I wish you guys both well as you embark on your next stage of your journey. Speaking of early stage, back here in Victoria, LaunchVic are still looking for a chairman to replace Ahmed Fahour, who resigned last week. One of LaunchVic's grant recipients was StartMate, which is an incubator that was founded in Sydney by Nikki Skavak. The grant was for StartMate to expand into Melbourne and run their accelerator in Melbourne in addition to Sydney, and they're looking for a GM to run that ship. If you can hustle, if you've got a great network, if you've got experience, and you want to join an awesome team, apply for the GM role at StartMate. This week as well, we saw demonstration from corporates wanting to tap into the innovation ecosystem in Australia with CommBank partnering with Airtasker. The partnership between CommBank and Airtasker is to build trust and reliability for customers on the platform to build more penetration and activity on the marketplace. It's another example of how corporates need to keep a tap on what's going on in the early stage ecosystem to see how they can leverage the innovation layer for future growth. Battery's running out. The weekly wrap is almost done. One more thing. Last night, Stripe's Startup Stack event. There was about 150 people, founders, corporates, service providers all coming together to learn about what makes startup founders, Startup Stack tick. It was a lot of fun. I was fortunate enough to be asked to get up there and speak about the Startup Stack. For those of you who know me, I love my apps, so it was a great opportunity to talk about it in front of an audience. George Abidi, the CEO of Startup Vic, was moderating, and we had Damien Williams, who's the CFO at Culture Amp, one of the high-growth Melbourne startups, alongside me. If you haven't checked out the report, check out the report, download it, check out my Twitter handle. You'll be able to see a couple of tweets for where to find it. Would you believe the filters are not working in the week Snap goes IPO? For those of you who watch for the filters and not for the content, you'll have to wait till next week.